In this video, I'm going to share with you why I think it's time to move to YouTube as a small creator. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm really grateful for Instagram because that's where I learned the fundamentals of content creation and where I experienced my first virality. However, it took me an entire year to grow on Instagram. I feel like especially for small creators, it is really hard to get recognized and to get the attention they actually deserve. After switching to YouTube a few months ago, I realized that it's actually way better for small creators to start on YouTube, which is why now I focus most of my energy and time on my YouTube channel instead of Instagram. So here are 3 reasons why I think you should do the same and give YouTube a chance. Number 1, YouTube provides value, Instagram hurts your ego. I don't know about you, but whenever I scroll on TikTok or Instagram, I kind of feel shitty about myself. You see all these successful people flexing with their achievements, showing off where they recently traveled to, or 14-year-old kid making more money than you ever will in your entire life. I always feel so down after using Instagram, questioning myself and wondering what I'm doing with my life. Sure, from time to time you'll find inspirational stuff, but truthfully, the goal of short-form content is to hook your attention and just keep you entertained. You're kind of like a junkie looking for the next dopamine hit. That's why we doom scroll so often and get lost in a flood of short-form content. Whenever I'm on Instagram, everything just moves so fast and I kind of feel overwhelmed all the time. For me, Instagram is sort of like an overcrowded city. You can meet incredible people, there's a lot to do, but it comes with the risk of being overstimulated. Also, I feel like the relationships I have with these people on Instagram is cool, but it's kind of superficial because I only meet these people when I'm on a platform, when I'm on Instagram itself. So I realized for myself that I will use Instagram to connect to other creators, to other people, which is cool in itself, but as a small creator, I do prefer YouTube over Instagram. Because on YouTube, it feels like I'm actually learning something. I'm here to be productive. The quality of content on YouTube is just a lot higher. Even if you watch things for entertainment purposes, the quality is way better. And the risk of doom scrolling is actually a lot less. If I compare my times that I spend on YouTube and Instagram, the time I spend on YouTube is actually a lot less. And unlike Instagram, where you have like a For You page and you immediately are forced to see some videos, on YouTube you actually can choose what type of videos you want to watch because you have to watch the thumbnail and the title, and if it actually interests you, then you watch the videos. I'm talking about long form content here, not the YouTube shorts obviously. So for me, YouTube kind of represents this smaller crowded city with a lot of parks where you can meet good quality people and friends. And while I just said that, I think that YouTube is such a great place to build a community. As of now, I have 40,000 followers on Instagram and around 20,000 followers on YouTube, which is half the amount of followers on YouTube versus Instagram. But for some reason, I'm way more proud of these 20,000 subscribers that I gained on YouTube in comparison to the ones I gained on Instagram. I think that's because on YouTube, I actually feel like I built a huge community. On Instagram, it just feels like an empty number to me. Also, to gain 1,000 subscribers on YouTube is a lot harder than to gain 1,000 followers on Instagram. People seem to choose more carefully who they subscribe to on YouTube in comparison to on Instagram or TikTok. Number 2, YouTube actually pays you money. On Instagram, it doesn't matter how well my videos perform. Even if I hit millions and millions of views on my videos on Instagram, I don't get paid from Instagram at all. With YouTube, on the other hand, you can start earning money as soon as you hit 1,000 subscribers and the watch time requirements, which for me only took me 1.5 months to achieve. And so far, I actually made the most amount of money through YouTube instead of Instagram, which is kind of contradictory, right? Because you might think, oh, you have 40,000 followers on Instagram, you must be rich. No, that's not the case. I actually know a lot of big content creators who have over 100,000 followers on Instagram and they don't make nearly as much money as I made through YouTube. But for full transparency, I did get some brand deals on Instagram as well, but they pay significantly less than on YouTube. And I think that's because brands also realize that YouTubers have a stronger connection to their community on YouTube than on Instagram. The quality of the audience on YouTube is just way better. On Instagram, you kind of have a lot of people who have low attention span and just want quick dopamine hits. On YouTube, you have people who can focus and actually want to learn something, want to contribute to the community itself. And so that you can compare, this month alone, I made around $5,000 on YouTube through brand deals and YouTube ads. Whereas on Instagram, I only made $1,000. Considering the fact that I actually have double the amount of followers on Instagram, that might be surprising to you, and it was surprising to me. So if your goal is to monetize your content down the line, then YouTube is actually a lot better than Instagram. Another common misconception a lot of people have is that YouTube is actually way harder to grow than on Instagram, which is partially true because you have to invest a lot more time into your videos, into your thumbnail, to your scripting, and so forth. But I think right now is the best timing to start a YouTube channel. If you always wanted to start a YouTube channel, 2025 is your year because the new YouTube algorithm actually promotes smaller channels. It actually promoted my smaller channel, which is why you're probably currently watching this channel. Maybe if you've experienced that on your personal For You page as well. You see these small creators with less than 1,000 subscribers just randomly popping up next to these huge creators because YouTube doesn't care how many subscribers you have. As long as you create valuable content that people enjoy, YouTube will push it out regardless of how many followers you have. And that actually shows me that YouTube actually cares about smaller creators just as much as they care about the bigger creators. On Instagram, it's actually completely different. If I look at my For You page right now, I only see like videos videos with over 100,000 views already, right? No small creators whatsoever on my For You page. And to make your life with YouTube even easier, you might want to check out Creative Fuel AI, who are also kindly sponsoring today's video. What I love about their service is that this tool was actually created for YouTubers. One of their best services is their video generation engine, which helps you to craft viral video ideas. Especially for small creators, this is an absolute game changer because you will never run out of viral ideas again, and you also save so much time because you don't have to research a bunch anymore. Click the link in the description box below to check out their services yourself. Number 3, why you should move to YouTube is because YouTube leaves way more room for authenticity. On Instagram, creators are pressured to post short, high energy content because that is the type of content that performs the best. Within a single minute, you're expected to entertain, provide value, use hashtags, follow the trends, and so much more. This often leads to fast cut edits, adding flashy edits and visuals, and crafting your hook, and it just makes the whole process less fun and overly stimulating. There's little room to slow down, be yourself, or share deeper thoughts. YouTube, on the other hand, allows you to press record and simply start and yap. Whether it's like an unfiltered day in a live vlog, a 20-minute podcast episode, or you just talking to the camera. YouTube encourages long-form content where you can dive deep into any topic you actually want to talk about, whereas Instagram just scratches the surface. You can embrace your imperfections, share your struggles, and just let your personality actually shine through. Just like I use this fork mic. People love this fork mic. I have a professional mic, but I actually switched back to this fork mic because people just love that it's so unorganized, sort of. And this just creates a space where content feels real, where it feels like you're actually talking to another person. People aren't obsessed with creating this perfect image of themselves, which I kind of have this feeling on Instagram, right? You're only showing your perfect sides. You always use filters and all of these things. That's why I love YouTube. It feels more genuine, more human. So these are all the reasons why I think small creators should move to YouTube and focus more of their attention towards YouTube. Obviously, Instagram also has its benefits in terms of connecting to other people, but I think especially if you're looking for content and monetization, YouTube is the way to go. If you found this video helpful and you want to start a YouTube channel, you might want to check out this video where I talk exactly about how I would start a YouTube channel from scratch again. And I see you in the next video.